So how long did you make it before you caved?
7 days.
7 days. And then you went out and you bought...
A pack, and then I bought a second pack the same night because the first.
He smoked the whole...
You smoked the whole pack?
He went through
Oh,
2 packs.
I bought a pack by 8:30. By 1 o'clock.
Well, yeah, you took a break for a week. You needed some catching up to do.
I mean, I bummed a few, but I also.
Yeah, that was a very fun night. I had a good time.
Oh, I'm talking about last week. Yeah, no, I took a
okay.
second week break from smoking. The first 2 times, from normally a pack a day is.
Yeah, he couldn't hang out on Sunday because he was like, oh, I already went out once this week. 2 it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's too much hanging out. Too much downtown for Ross.
Well, some people don't eat dinner and they like to drink till 5 in the morning, and I'm one of those people that I'm like, when I'm drinking, I'm like, who needs to eat? I'll just drink extra.
Right.
Yeah, I like your logic.
It used to be a big problem. I'd come home starving. I'm like, I haven't eaten all day. I'm like, well, I have 12 beers, and after about 5, I'll start feeling a little full.
When you've almost reached a 6-pack, then you're like, I'm kind of filling up.
Yeah.
You think eating's just about feeling full? That's the only reason?
Well, the problem is,
Well, for me, it is.
You do a good job of it.
I don't I don't get hungry a lot of the time where it's like, some people have, the desire to eat. I have the opposite. I'm like, where do you get that? Like, I would never eat again. Like some of the times.
You just have a desire to drink and smoke nonstop. That's your.
Well, I used to tell my ex-girlfriend, like, I don't have hunger pain. Like, I don't know if it's like from, some sort of brain damage or whatever, but it's like I don't get hungry. It's like, man. And then I'd be like, I'm going to wait to see. I remember like a couple years ago, I was like, I'm going to wait till I get hungry. Like, didn't eat for like 2 days. I was like, I'm still not hungry. Like, something's wrong.
Did you have brain damage? Did you say you were...
I don't know. I've probably been hit in the head a few times,
All right, let's start. When were you born?
We don't need to talk about that.
When and where were you born? And when did you come to Austin?
I've been here for 10 years.
Why'd you move out here again?
I came here because, I went to college, was like didn't ever apply for a job, always lied about applying for jobs. Like, yeah,
What'd you go to college for?
I got like a business degree and stuff, and college is easy. I mean,
No, I don't know.
Well, it's funny. People are like, go to college. I'm like, I went.
I like the and stuff part.
Yeah. Business and
stuff.
Well, I was
It's kind of nefarious.
3 credits away from a double major in psychology. I just didn't want to take the summer school. I was like, and I didn't even want to go to college. It was a waste of time. I was like, I could have had a double major, but they didn't also, and I could have had a minor in Spanish because I did international Spanish. I was in Barcelona for a semester and stuff. And I never used school. Like my problem was when I was finishing school, I started playing poker online and making money, and so I was like making a ton of money playing poker. So like when everyone else was getting jobs, I was like doing nothing and like playing poker on the weekends.
Yeah.
I'd, like everyone would go to work and I'd like flying an airplane in the park like a remote control. I was just like a jack off, like nothing.
How old were you when this was happening?
21, yeah.
21.
Did that for like 3 years.
Degenerate gambler. That was your.
I didn't have a job. People were like, "Did you lose money?" I'm like, "Well, I didn't have a job for 3 years. I just graduated college and started gambling for 3 years, and then that kind of set me on a bad trajectory of not having a normal job." And everyone's like,
"What's your game when you gamble? What's your?"
I used to play Texas Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em.
Were you good? I guess
I didn't have to work.
He's really nailing in this point that he was like, I didn't have a job.
Yeah. I was unemployed, if that answers your question.
Yeah.
I lived out of my Prius.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a great answer.
And
to
I
that
did
question.
like real estate for 6 years, which was really just me doing property management.
Were you good?
I never sold a single house. No, I was part of a team. I was just a helper. I really,
What was your job as the helper? Like,
just do whatever I'm told.
Clean the bathroom.
Again, I didn't work a whole lot, but I was always on call.
you're like the fetch the coffee guy.
Yeah, my mom worked, and I just did random things, little errands, like drive somewhere. Be like,
So it was for your mom. So it was for your mom's realtor.
I was on the team. I was licensed. I was,
Yeah.
I like did. Stuff.
I'm not trying to come at you crooked. I was just trying to see if it's just purely nepotism.
No, I came to
You were
Austin
licensed
10 years ago because I was like feeling pretty pathetic in Kansas City, and I was like, I want to go to the music capital of the world, So I came here, no friends, no family, no job, just came here by myself and did open mics and was meeting people and having a good time. And then I got in a relationship, and I never hung out with people ever again. Pretty much.
Nice. Hell yeah. You were doing music open mics, right?
Yeah.
How was it going?
I stopped playing music 3 years ago.
No,
Why?
but like, how were the mics?
It was good. It it was good. Like,
What would you
people like
do?
me.
Would you just play guitar and sing?
Yeah. And then like when at my last house, like I had a whole music set up with drums, and my ex-girlfriend used to play with me, and my roommate played. And, like,
Do you sing
play
slower
loud.
than you did comedy that one night?
I can, I'm pretty neurotic wherever I go.
As a musician, how did it feel to go up on Heckle Mic? Because that's a pretty hostile environment for someone who's not.
I wasn't nervous, other than just because I'm shaking doesn't mean I'm nervous. Some people, like, I would shake on
Right.
if I was playing poker, whether I had a winning or losing hand, people would see me shaking, like he's nervous. But it doesn't mean one way or the other.
I can see how it'd be hard to like kind of figure you out.
Oh yeah.
Playing poker
Oh,
against you.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
actually,
Like
yeah.
a
It was
real
really-
wild
yeah.
card.
It'd be crazy. People fold. I'm like all nervous. Like think, oh, he's got it.
Yeah.
Like I'm a shake. I'm a shaker.
Yeah.
You didn't feel any like nerves at all, like when you were waiting in the wing, but like before they called your name up, you weren't nervous at all that you were about to go up and
I was
do a
little
minute
nervous.
of stand up and then get yelled at for
I was
10
just gonna be
minutes?
like, I've never done this. I literally just came up with this minute that day. I like wrote it on that yellow paper.
It
and
was
you're
a
like, you have
whole
a
legal
full-
pad.
Yeah.
And you're like, gonna say all that? I'm
It
like,
wasn't a piece
I'll
of
just
paper, it was
talk
a fucking-
faster and get it done. They cut
Yeah.
me off 10 seconds too short. Yeah, that was interesting to go up there. That I had so much respect for comedians after that. I was like, holy shit, like this is real. Like you think, oh, it's so relaxing, go up there, like, yeah, hey guys, fucking Joe
That's funny
Mama.
because I lost respect for musicians when you went up. It's weird that you just. Oh yeah.
Well, someone say I'm not a musician. You had to play music to be a musician, right?
Yeah, why'd you stop playing music?
Well,
So you said that your ex-girlfriend played in the
I
band.
was really on my. I would say I was at my best about 3 years ago before I met this last girl who then everything went downhill and I just stopped playing and then, moved, everything got sold and I just.
What does downhill entail?
Downhill
Like-
entails when people spit in your face and hit you and break everything.
She spit in your face? Why'd she spit in your face? Were you talking too fast? Were you talking too loud?
Some people are
What-
are
what-
spitters, some people are hitters, some people are just. I
But
don't
were
wanna
they
trash-
arguments? Like what were like what was the foundation of like most of you guys? Like what's your average argument with your ex
Oh,
about?
it's me staying silent and someone just yelling. And
no,
like,
but what was it about? Like what would the argument start about?
delusions in her head. Like I was always just like, she like, part of it, she just like thought I was like in love with my ex who I had already broken up with like a year before. And like just random things. She'd be like mad about nothing. Like I did delivery. She's like, oh, you're going to Chica's Bonitas. I'm like, I don't go to strip clubs, but there is one we deliver to, Chica.
Mhm.
And she's like, she like would go, I gave her all my passwords, smart guy I am. And she would
Just so
like,
people have
I
context,
don't
he's a
want to make
delivery
this whole
driver.
thing talking about my fucking. I don't want to talk about this last nightmare relationship I had.
Yeah, you're starting to get speedy, like you're on heckle mic mode.
It was.
bit.
I didn't know we were gonna be talking about this. I mean, I'll talk about whatever. I don't care. It just seems like a waste of an hour to talk about something.
I'm just trying to figure out why you quit music.
It's like because I like to play with people. And I don't want to just play acoustic. Like when I do that, I'm like screaming. Like I wish I was distorted, loud amp, fucking drums. It'd be nice to have the full band set up. When you play, like, there's different styles. If you're gonna play it acoustic by yourself, it's a totally different vibe. Like the singer-songwriter, like love song Ed Sheeran style versus like, someone who's like doing some, 3 Days Grace, just rah, just wanting to yell at it. And I like to do both. I guess I like it more of the yelling.
But what's stopping you from just setting up a music room?
Oh, I know. Well, because I have, it's always like, what's the priority? I have so much to do within life that I don't do anything, and then it just piles up.
Yeah.
All these things, like my house, is a fucking dump that needs work, and the whole plan was
Your mom's house is a dump.
correct.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I live there, so it's wherever you live is generally your house, I guess, right?
It's good way to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. So my house is a dump.
But you
and
could get stuff done.
I could.
I mean, Galen's been gone a lot, so you have plenty of time.
Yeah, but it's also nice when to sit down and just drink.
Yeah.
Drinking, sitting down.
Sure.
is
Yeah.
nice.
How do you argue with that?
Plus, like, here's the thing: some people have office jobs. I'm running all day, like, because I like to get paid to exercise. I don't want to go to the gym, so I run stairs, Mr. Delivery Guy. Hey, speaking of that, I almost want to quit now after that commercial. There's this
What?
Wendy's commercial. They're like, bag boys, and now that this, like, have you seen this commercial? Bag
No.
boys, like fast food, bag food, and I'm like, man,
Bag boys.
I am like embarrassed now about working in a fast food place, giving people bags of food after this commercial.
Well, we got to watch a commercial first.
Oh, I hate it so much.
Dude, you got to watch a commercial to watch a commercial.
Fuck.
This country sucks.
Wait, why do you?
after seeing this commercial the last
I mean,
couple
what are we
weeks,
even doing anymore?
Yeah, what
it
is this?
makes me want to quit being now. I'm like, I'm bag boy. It's like demeaning. Even though working fast food
Well,
is
how do you
already
see
like
yourself?
embarrassing. Well, sometimes I see myself as slightly pathetic because I don't like to work too hard.
All right, wait. Let's.
Oh my god, I hate this commercial.
Let's check this out.
Oh my god, fast forward to like halfway through. I don't even want to watch this stupid shit. Why are we wasting time? Oh my god.
Here's your biggie bag. All that food for $5.
I hate
That's
it so
my
much.
go-to.
Ooh, that's my ride or die.
Just like you and me. Bag boys. Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
Oh my god, I hate it.
This
That
made
could
you
be
want to
you.
quit our job?
Yes, that commercial.
That could be. I hate to tell you,
Bad
that already
boys
is
for
you,
life.
by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And now I'm like more embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like,
You're faced with your reality
well,
right
like
there
I
in front of
said,
you.
people like sometimes.
Is it the apron?
Well,
What-
some
what?
people meet me. They're like, "Hey, man, you should go to college, get a degree, get a new job." I'm like, dude, I went to college. Like, I graduated 12 years ago with a degree. College was easy. I never had a problem with school. It's just more like, what do you want to do? And it's like, I'm pathetic. So
I want to
like,
sit and drink beer all day. That's what I want to do.
I want to be able to not have to wake up before 9:30, be off by 4,
Yeah.
and run around and like get paid to like be outside.
You just wanted a simpler life where you
Like
don't
a-
have to work that hard.
Be like a park ranger. That'd be sweet. But you're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Well, isn't that why
No.
people work hard in the first place? Is to have money so they don't have to work ultimately?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Well-
just skipped the money part. You were like, I'll just live without the money. And I'll just.
Well, the thing is, like, when you first do anything, you're like, doesn't even feel like work if I make this amount of money. First, it was like, if I make $20 an hour doing this, I'll do it. And I was like, making $20. It's like, if I make, $30 an hour doing something that's whatever. So now it's like I make almost $30 an hour delivering fucking sandwiches and, like, listening to...
Being a bag boy.
Listen to God. Kill me now. Yes. See.
Bag man? Is that
Oh
better?
my God, I am a bag man.
You're
This
a-
gray hair, and it's oh my God, getting older and working at a fast food restaurant when people tell
Oh,
you
that's true.
it's starting to
That shit
wear the
sucks.
whole embarrassment, like especially like
Because do you get worried about people thinking about
well,
you?
like my
you're a
older brother,
loser?
I was like, yeah, I want to have a kid. Like a year ago, I was like, yeah, I think I'm ready to have a kid. He's like, you better quit, get a new job.
You're gonna be a
What-
bag dad? Dude, congratulations, man.
Yes, exactly. He's like, you can't be a Baghdad.
But
My old roommate was from Baghdad.
how many more years do you have of like running around and stuff? Because you're 40, right? You're gonna get old. Yeah, you're gonna
You know
get
how
old. Like,
embarrassing
you
it is hanging
can't-
out with all you young guys? It's like, like
Yeah, us young 30-year-olds.
yeah, or like it's like on Friday, like with those girls hanging out, they're like, the one girl was like, "How old are you again? 40?"
shit.
It's like, oh, yeah, I'm 40. You guys are like 26. It's like great.
That sucks that we're not in that time where old dudes hanging out with young kids is not cool anymore. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think it was never cool.
Nah, come on,
I
there was
think
a
it was
time when it
cool
was
to us
cool.
because we were young, and these guys were giving us beer and weed and shit.
Yeah, that was cool. That's what I mean. Young
so-
people don't think
But
it's
those
cool.
guys were
That's
pathetic losers, and no one hung
bag,
out with them
bag boys.
except
They're
for
called-
12-year-olds.
They're called bag boys.
Well, most of the girls my age are already like have a kid that's grown up and don't want another. Like when I meet girls naturally, it's usually people closer to my age, like at a party, and they're like, "I have a kid and I'm not having another one." It's like, well, that's why we're never gonna.
So you want a kid? You want to find
I do.
someone that wants a kid?
I want a kid.
Dude, all these clocks are ticking for you, and you're just sitting
I
around
could've-
drinking beer.
I mean,
Does it have to be your own kid? Can you
I could have
adopt?
had a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Oh, you could have.
What happened?
Doctors intervened right before the laws
That's
changed.
very fucking vague, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's in a bad. The breaking up with someone that gets pregnant, and then
I would love to see you on the witness stand. That would be amazing.
you
To
know.
watch you answer a lawyer's questions. Have you ever gone to court and had to like answer like a?
No.
The way you're
What?
rocking back and forth
I'm,
is
I'm
like.
getting sued for a credit card I didn't pay for, so I do need to go to court.
And the
either
fact that
settle
we're
it.
both on
I
this
wanna
side
settle
Hey,
it.
can we-
of the
I
table.
Yeah.
There's a
Seems like-
lawsuit against me about a credit card I didn't pay. I'm like, how do I pay it? I call the bank. They're like, oh, you can't pay us off anymore. It's already bought up by the law firm. I was like, well, how do I pay it? I just want to pay it. I don't want to like go. It's like I'll settle it, whatever you guys want. So that was like months ago. I'm like, no one's calling me back. I'm like, so eventually I'm probably gonna have to go to court to like,
Dude, you
over
gotta-
a credit card. Come on, I'll pay it.
Yeah, for sure. You
Ready?
gotta.
Let's
What you
try
gotta
it.
do is you gotta start gambling again. I think now's the time to just get back into what was it?
Texas Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em.
And you're in the perfect
No.
place. You're in Texas now.
Yeah.
But see, you can't. If it was fun when it was fun, but once you treat it like a job, then you're like, this sucks.
Oh yeah, you hate jobs. Yeah.
Correct. See, once poker became a job,
There you go. You did
Man, this isn't just sitting around drinking anymore. God damn it.
That's so funny.
It's like, my job is to run around like a crazy person, giving food as fast as possible, collecting money. My job is just to go to people and be like, hey, give me that tip. Thanks, guys.
You hate jobs.
Give me the money. Well, I don't like sitting down still in a cubicle job. I don't think I could do that. You pay me $100,000 a year, I'll do it. But like, no one's going to pay me that because they're like, this guy really, like, we don't believe him. I'm like, yeah, I can't fool you. I'm not that guy. So.
What about Steve Jobs?
I'd rather.
I guess you don't.
I like labor. I like physical labor, just mild
Just
labor.
because his name is Jobs.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys like some?
You know who hated him is Pancreas, I think.
Is that the cancer he died of?
I think so. Can you look up what cancer Steve Jobs died from? There's probably neck cancer.
Have you ever had
from all the
cancer,
turbines.
Ross? He's thinking about it.
See, it was pancreatic. See, nailed it.
Rip, dude.
Yeah. See, that's his pancreas right there. That's
So can I ask you guys, like, you guys actually think you're gonna make money in comedy and support yourself and not have to? You're gonna like support yourself, not have to work. Like your job. You said it's not even a job. It's great. Like that's
not the way this podcast is going. Yeah.
I'm gonna be a bag boy, I think, after this. Yeah.
Bag boy for life.
You're a drink man, but you don't even make them. You just hand people drinks.
I currently just hand people canned beverages.
And that's all you do.
That's all I do.
And that's like the best job in the world.
It is. It's a pretty sweet. Yeah.
Like people don't realize it's like what do you do? It's like I don't mix drinks.
You know what though? You're actually kind of right about when it starts to feel like a job thing, because like the littlest thing annoy me now. Like when I have to restock and there's customers bothering me, I'm like, this is fucking bullshit right now. Just because you get acclimated to not doing anything and it feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I get it, dude. Actually, I don't want to do this pod. You're going to convince me to be like you.
Well,
it's like, ruin...
our job, if like I don't have a delivery for a while, I'm like, shit, I have to stay in here and like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is kind of annoying that you're mad when it's slow and like this is bullshit. And then when it's really busy, you're also like this is bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it's also for the money though. Like if I make less per hour and I don't get if I don't get tips driving, then it's like,
Yeah, that just sucks.
What am I doing here?
I did your job for a little bit when I first moved here.
Yeah.
It was all right when you got tipped a lot. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah. And then most of the time it just kind of sucked.
I like it because,
I mean, you've kind of perfected the
10
art.
to 4. 10 to 4. I can stay up till 5 getting plastered. That's the problem. I'm an alcoholic because, I can stay up till 5 because it's a great thing to alcoholism, come on.
Right.
There's worse things. Wait, maybe not. Maybe it is the worst thing. It's probably the worst thing.
What do you think is worse than alcoholism?
I mean,
oh boy.
Worse than alcoholism.
Yeah, worse. Like, what's worse?
I mean, what's better than alcoholism? That's the question. It's like nothing's better than alcoholism.
If there was something better, would you switch to it?
I don't know how people don't drink and
what
don't lose their fucking minds.
What if drinking started to feel like a job? Would you stop drinking?
Oh yeah. What if we started paying you to drink? Would you then lose passion for drinking?
Probably.
Wow. Okay.
I don't like to be told what to do.
Bro, that's
I like
what,
the opposite.
all right.
It's really
you really don't like to be told what to do. It was kind of a pain in the ass to get you down here.
Speaking of,
really
can you pass me a beer? Yeah. Figure that was the perfect time to.
Well,
because
you guys are like, what's the podcast be about? And like I was telling, Taylor, them I was like, man, the whole podcast, it's gonna be me complaining about how I don't want to be here and this is expensive. And I'm like, man, I'm just a nobody. Like, why am I here?
Because you're naturally funny, dude.
Yeah.
You're a fun time to hang out with,
Yeah. Sorry. So we're gonna make you come down here for.
And you need to get out of the house fucking more. You need to get out of the house
I've been
more.
Told that once or twice.
I
be like, does this guy There, people have like people
We're peering in through the window. Is that what?
There's been more than one person that like only knows me as the guy that sits on the couch and doesn't move. It's like but it's nice, but they don't know. It's like
you can't do that for a year straight. The first night that we all hung out, we were at Sidebar, and you were like, "Dude, I literally ordered a whiskey shot, and you already ordered a gin and tonic." And then you're like, "Oh, I'll also have what he's having." And you're like, "I haven't been out in a year." And I was like, "Dude, slow down."
Oh yeah, it's true. I hadn't been out in a year before, a month ago.
So I was like, "We got to get this guy out of the house a little bit more."
That was a year you hadn't been out.
You hadn't been out to a bar.
Downtown.
Wow.
I'd been to house parties.
Yeah, that is friend Joe.
Or no.
You have friends?
No, I don't have any friends.
It's one guy.
Really.
I mean, there's one guy, another Joe.
Well,
the other Joe.
I usually go wherever. Like Taylor usually has some sort of event going on or something. I would go to different people's birthday parties or something, and here or there. Like
we all force him to leave his house and come and hang out with us. That's the deal. Well, we're glad that you're here.
Well, I'm impressed. Like I was saying to your friend Brandon, like how you guys are like the comics. You're like so like for how irresponsible it seems. No, you guys are like here at 7, here at 9, gotta be here, gotta go there. You guys are like on point with like structure and like.
Well, we treat comedy like you treat drinking.
If it's 5 o'clock,
You'll stop at nothing to do it at all costs. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. Even when it sucks and you feel pathetic and, you know?
Oh, like I was sick all last week. They're like,
Yeah, see?
and so I was
Yeah.
like, well, yeah, I switched to whiskey because it's easier, you know, on your
Sure.
You can't drink a 12-pack of beer when you're sick, but you can drink whiskey. Just,
Yeah, I had an ex like that she would get sick and then she would just drink hot toddies. And then her family would be like, you fucking drunk.
Yeah.
You're just trying to find an excuse to drink alcohol while you're sick.
Please call your daughter.
The problem is with when you're an alcoholic is when there's an occasion to drink, and then you're like, oh, I'm drinking tonight. That's over the top because you already drink.
Yeah,
too
you
much.
ordered a gin and tonic and a whiskey neat at the same time.
Yeah. Like when I visited my mom last Christmas, and like they bought these 2 giant bottles, and it's like they were gone in 2 days, and she's like, "What is wrong with you?" Like,
You drank them just
start getting
yourself?
embarrassed. No, my brother was drinking them, but like it was like, this was in Tampa, like on Davis Island. The bartender like sold us the bottles from the bar because there was no liquor store. It was like on a Sunday or something. I don't know. But
Do you remember spending time with your family, or was it just a blur the whole time?
oh, I remember everything. That's what's embarrassing is like I have a lifetime of shame where like literally I have like sometimes like when I'm alone too long, I start like, you know, beating myself in my head of how like pathetic I am for like stupid shit I'll say that like I just said wrong or like, you know. Like,
Well, you do talk a lot. You could probably minimize the
but you know-
damage if you just.
But you know how some people are ashamed about like what someone else thinks?
Yeah.
I'm ashamed for something I might have said to a stranger that doesn't remember what I said. I'm like, man, I can't believe I was so stupid. It said something like, sometimes I'll have like a random memory. I'm like, man, I am a fucking retard. Like, and it's like no one else knows that but me, and no one else is there who remembers it. But like, it still eats at me, and it's like,
Yeah.
why would you let something so
don't know.
trivial eat at you?
That's how
what's-
Steve Jobs got pancreatic cancer. Bro. So you better be careful with all that, thinking you're a retard
Yeah.
stuff.
You know, when
You know that
like,
your overthinking actually sounds like a job, dude. Sounds like you're
Yes.
putting in overtime at your overthinking. You might want to
Well,
reevaluate how
this
fun
is the
that
first
is.
time people have actually been in my life. You two are like, hey, we want to hear you talk. Most people are like, shut the fuck up, Ross. Like, I don't want to just.
Yeah, well,
like,
we get them too,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure. Like,
yeah.
I understand completely, but
like this is a surprise. You guys like talk. I'm like, this is.
I love to hear you talk.
This
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
first.
That's why he's suspicious.
It is suspicious. I was like, you guys.
You think we're going to play a trick on you or
This is
something?
the opposite of what I'm used to.
He didn't want to come down in the basement. He was just like, "Are you guys fucking with me? Hold on, what's gonna be down there? Is it a naked guy? This isn't happening to me again, okay?"
We're just like on Dirty Six, like with some like hole in the wall. But this is nice.
Yeah, right.
Not as bad as you thought it was gonna be, right?
Are you having a good time?
It's cool. I mean, like I said, an hour goes by quick, and we'll be like, what do we talk about? Nothing. I don't know.
Yeah. Wow.
You're sitting, you're having your beers.
Like I said,
you
if
know?
I can have some beers,
Hell yeah.
it's fine then.
Oh man. I don't know. So, what are you doing for the holidays?
Drinking.
Well, yeah.
I want to ask you guys questions, but I guess
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
talk.
Go ahead. Go ask.
But you already asked me, so I'll talk. No, I'm flying. I'm gonna be in Denver for Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna be in Bradenton, Florida for Christmas.
You flying?
Flying both ways, yes. Driving to Florida from anywhere is a nightmare. Like Florida is the one place you fly to. You can drive to most places, but you drive into Florida.
Why?
Because like the way it is, it's just an extra like 8 hours.
What does that mean?
Once you get into Florida, like
can't
to get
straight-
to the tip, like Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg, it's like a solid 8-hour drive for whatever
okay.
fucking reason.
Just hitting south, just yeah.
Yeah, it's just a straight shot, and then you have to drive all the way out of that.
But
to
then
get
again-
out of
Oh, that
Florida.
sucks.
I've
Okay.
actually
You know?
never driven
Yeah.
there, so I'm just talking out my ass. But I know people that have driven there. No, but
It's like driving all the way across Texas and then driving all the way back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like 8 hours.
so let's talk about you
Sucks.
guys real quick. You guys moved to Austin because this is where the comedy's happening.
Uh-huh.
And it is. It's been pretty cool to see. Like, I didn't know anything about the comedy scene until about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and like just accompanying everyone, like going around. It's pretty cool. It's like you almost feel like it's so special. Be like, ooh, you guys are like part of the group, and like you get to go up there and like the green rooms, and you guys like
You heard about green rooms?
Like everything but the performing. He's like, you guys get to go to like fancy back rooms that I'm not allowed into.
You know, it's like, oh, you guys pay half price for your beers. I'm like, why am I
So
paying?
yeah, that's the real drink tickets.
Yeah, that's a pity price. They're giving us that price because they feel bad.
Like, we won't pay you to go on stage.
Right.
But we'll charge you less. It's still overpriced. $5, $4.50 for a Lone Star.
Yeah, and you got smart, and every time that you're there, you're like, hey, we go order me a beer.
Well, that was, and then when
So what's the question?
the question is,
Yeah,
I didn't have a question. The question was,
I'm tired of talking. I want to talk about you guys.
want
And then
you
he went
guys
on
to-
this whole thing about how he admires comedy, and we had to go into green rooms and shit. And
Well,
then
he was hoping we'd jump in and take the lead, but that's kind of what I like about hanging out with you is I don't really have to do much, if anything, and you'll just go.
I have
you know
to
what
hold
I mean?
myself back. I feel like I've been holding back. I'm like, don't
No,
talk.
let go, dude.
I'm like trying to maintain silence.
No,
Hold it back.
no, this is about you.
Well, like the first time I went to a comedy show, like I'm not used to this, and I have like limited self-control sometimes, and so like it's like, hey, like Gambler was like, be quiet, we're not supposed to be here, we're in the back being quiet, and I'm fucking. They're like, anyone from Kansas City? Kansas City, man. They're like, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck. I'm like, I can't help but like talk, and I'm like. I try to explain to it. Anyone who's seen Roger Rabbit, like when the Doctor Doom
Pull up the entire Roger.
the shave and a haircut scene where he's like shave and a haircut, and like the guy's like trying to find Roger Rabbit who's hiding in the closet, and you think, oh, it's calm, he's hiding, and then they show Roger, his teeth are chattering, he's like, he's just got to say something, and then he's like. And he just has to talk, and I'm like that. Sometimes I feel like that. I'm like, please, just shut the fuck up. Like, don't say anything. The Roger Rabbit shave and haircut scene. Oh my god, that is like how I feel internally all the time.
Really?
Like I'm just like, ooh. I just like have to. I try to shut the hell up.
Oh shit! Yeah. Now that I see it, yeah, I could.
That's
see
how I feel
sure.
internally. Like I just like sometimes someone like. When everyone's relaxing, like they don't know there's like this boiling inside.
Imagine you order Jimmy John's and that fucking rabbit shows up.
I mean, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining it feels like when Ross is out there.
Yeah, but that's the closest I can describe. Like, how do you feel? I'm like, I feel like shaving a haircut.
Dude, Sean Riley used to run this show here called String Theory, and it was in this little violin shop. And I was on it, and I think there was like 8 people that showed up to the show. And I brought Ross drove me to the gig, and he like watched the show. And
oh god.
Do you know who Ian Russo is?
Yeah.
Ian Russo was on stage, and he was doing a joke about Friends, the TV show. Yeah. And he's like, "Fuck Ross! Like, I wish Ross would have died. I wish they would have killed Ross on the show."
That was
and
the end
Ross
of,
literally
the end of his bit.
Literally, Ross got up and was like, "No!" Like he took it personally just because his name is Ross. I literally stopped this comedy show, and then I literally
his
looked at
closing
him.
joke though, too.
Yeah. And I
he's like, "Doesn't anyone wish Ross would just die?" And that was how he closed. And I was like, "No." There was because there was like 4 people in the audience, and I was one of them.
No, he should have lived. He should have lived.
And then, I mean, and it was like pretty crickets the whole time. Anyways, I'm not sorry. Sorry, Ian. Yeah, like it was.
You're not sorry.
I mean,
he literally told Ian to his face afterward. He's like, "You're not good."
No. But what happened was right when the set ended, I went outside to smoke, and it was just me and him. Who I just
Yeah.
And you couldn't not possibly say anything.
Well, this comes back to the whole like I was sat there. He's like, "Come with me." I was like, "I will be quiet in the audience."
Well, I got
won't say
up
a
and I was like,
word.
"Ross, let's just go outside." And he was just like, "Yeah." And then he turned around to keep talking to. It was like trying to get Ross out of the room was kind of the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to
No,
defend
but
his
you guys
stance.
were like, "Hey, go sit with the audience instead of the green room," because I came in the green room. I was like,
which was a
and
mistake.
and I was like, because there was no one there.
You're like the kind of guy where like if you're like, no, if you just let me explain it all makes sense, and then 3.5 hours later, people are like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Correct. So, and I recognize that I am that person, so I like actively try to like bite my tongue, stay like don't ask me a question if you don't want to.
No medication. Have you ever tried like I don't know what?
They tried to get me
down?
on Adderall when I was like 14, and I said no.
That might
because
show
I
you
probably would have done it like drugs. I would have been Mr. like, hey, who wants to fucking sniff this shit? So that's why I didn't want to do it because I know I would have abused it, so I didn't want to do it.
But no, they tried to prescribe it to you
Yeah, they said I should.
to get you not to be like that.
wanted-
Dude, that's how Adderall. They wouldn't just prescribe
doctor,
Adderall to a kid like
a
oh, I think this-
licensed physician, the
high
person
school, yeah.
who's literally paid, and that is their job to do
Yo.
exactly what they.
Yeah,
were
you know what would
doing.
make your kid really cool?
Well, it's like everyone that like cocaine.
Just prescribe
and
him Adderall to get him high.
Well, it's like
Is that what you think Adderall does in general? It's like kids are too slow, so you have to
some
speed them
people,
up.
it makes them all hyper. To me, it does the calm thing. It's like,
Correct. That was what he
what
was
it's supposed
trying
to
to
You don't
say.
say. Yeah. That's why it's a
but
medication.
there's a couple times though as I've gotten older. Once I was like when I was in my 20s, I was like, I went to a doctor. I was like, give me the Adderall. I was like, and they're
You
like,
said it like that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." Let me just
I was
give
like,
you
trust
Adderall.
me, trust
You're
me.
on it right now.
It's like, trust me, I need it, And they were like, I think they were like, yeah, I don't know if you need it. I was like, no, they said I needed it. I need it. Just give it to
yeah.
But like, I didn't want to, I didn't go for the follow up because it's like,
That's like a
sometimes-
job at that point, having to go to a follow up appointment. Yeah, fuck
It's like,
that.
man. Well, some of those times it's like it
Might as well
months
just
away.
clock in around
Well, it's
here.
like
You know
these
what I
people,
mean?
they
Give me
get
a
sick,
give me a
you know?
fucking
Yeah.
lab coat.
Like it still amazes me people like make an appointment for months away. And it's like I don't even just don't get sick. You'll be fine, right?
Yeah,
Have
sure.
it be just
Wait, so what were we talking about? I actually got lost.
Well, it started with him wanting to ask us questions.
That's right. You had a question that you wanted to ask us. What was your question?
Because he didn't want it. But yeah.
My question is that I don't have a question. I never had a question. You asked if I had a question.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you.
Oh, well, I guess I misread that.
Yeah.
But all right. So you're going to be traveling for the holidays.
What are you guys doing?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I started a new job, so I can't go anywhere. I gotta stay here.
You mean you're handing drinks to people?
Well, his girlfriend
Oh,
just moved to town.
bag boy! What the fuck was that about? I didn't like that at all. Oh, you're just handing drinks? Yeah, I am handing drinks to people. Fucking Stillwater. You want some? Look at that. Look how fucking good I am at that. Piece of shit.
I'm jealous. I wish I kind of want a new job. It's like I actually have to run around.
That
and,
Wendy's commercial
yeah.
changed my life, man. Set me straight.
You should come work at
What do you want to do? What would you do if you stopped delivering sandwiches? What's your big next? What's a
every
move
time
up?
I ever thought about jobs, I would just sit there in a panic and never apply anywhere and just wait till I was forced to go work some low job. Then people, it's funny when you apply for a dishwasher job and you're like business administration.
You write like that with one hand. You just
I
hold
remember
the
when I
pen
first came to
loosely.
Austin, you're filling out why am I filling out an application with that I went to college to wash your dishes? Fuck off,
You're too good for their fucking
No, I
dishwasher
mean,
job.
I washed the dishes. It was great.
You feel stupid writing that you
and
went
I did
to-
it. I would do it half the time as their old guy, so I would just
Yeah. He wrote
I would go
business
smoke
and
cigarettes.
stuff.
I would just do the dishes and go get smoke out by the dumpster for an hour. I'd go do the dishes for an hour. It should have normally took the other guys a couple hours. I would just knock it out because
Really, I don't believe you.
I do everything in half the time as the normal.
You sure do.
No, if I'm cleaning and cooking at the house, if I go full speed, I'm get out of the way, just everyone because it's sometimes there's a funness. That's why I like
That house is clean.
Well, the delivery.
That's that house
No,
clean.
only this little part.
Oh, little part.
But when I first started delivering, I just only did it from 11 to. I'd work 3 hours. I'd make $100, and then I'd go ride my motorcycle, and then I'd go play music. I had this whole system of
He used to
Monday
be
through
so
Friday.
cool.
No,
He
I
rode his
was all by
motorcycle.
myself.
He played
all
music.
alone. But my schedule was wake up at 10. Get there by 11, off by 2. I'd go ride Lime Creek Road on my motorcycle from 2:30 to 4:30 to come back, start drinking, then play music for a couple hours, and maybe go watch an NBA game, and then go keep playing some more music throughout the night. And just by the end of the night, 12 beers is gone, and the next day starts. And even if you're up till 5 a.m., I'd get up, and I was just on this, path of you can be a kid forever, right? BFL, bored for life. No, that's
Just kidding, guys. Just kidding.
well, if people ask me what I do for a living, I say I'm what was it? It's so stupid what I would say. It's look, LBWT squared. I look both ways twice, because I'm a delivery guy, so it's but it sounds I'm LBWT plus.
Are you
No one would
40 or
ever-
something? Why are you here?
No one would ever get that. Fucking riddle, dude.
Oh, I'm LBWT. I look both ways twice.
Yeah, they probably just thought you were crazy.
Well, most people do.
Yeah, I like it though. That's my favorite thing about it is you can't not be you. You know what I mean?
It's hard. I try. Well, sometimes it's so like it can be deceiving. Like someone dresses up nice and they're like showered. Like just wait till that month, and I might seem normal. Then don't open your mouth, Ross. Like if I'm actually like trying to flirt with like
There's a guy with a microphone in your head?
like a normal girl that's not like
How do you flirt with a normal girl?
a normal girl. Say very little and just like try not to fucking talk too much because I'll ruin it. I'll just be like,
Yeah.
But if I'm just like, yeah, cool, like just normal, like a normal person that doesn't try to like over talk and overpower and say their whole life story in 5 seconds, like I remember, like your friend Brandon applied for the job for a second.
Yeah.
I remember, and I hadn't seen the guy forever, so I was like, hey, and I like literally like did like in like 30 seconds. Like,
what did you do? You're not explaining.
I will try to condense like a year's worth of a story in 30 seconds to someone that I haven't seen that doesn't care. And I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, blah, 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 and this and that, and I know you're doing that, and then this and then bye. And they're like, what did I didn't ask for this. Like, I don't mean to do that to people, but I will like be afraid that I'll, like someone, like I've been known to do those texts that are like more than scrolling down. Like, why did I do that? Because I'm like, oh, how's
it? You're texting in your thought stream.
But if someone's like, how's it going? It's like, how's it going? Instead of saying fine, I might accidentally like tell you how's it going in a long.
Accidentally.
I'd
just
be
might
Ross,
slip out.
I've had.
You know what might help with that? Adderall. Might actually. I don't think you should take it though, because I don't think I'd like you as a normal person.
Well, I don't think that's. I mean,
yeah. How weird would it be if we showed up at his house like he had cabinets on his fucking, where like the drawer.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys want to watch a movie in silence? I won't say a word. I promise I won't say a word.
Yeah.
No. It's tough to.
So you're 40. You want kids. You want to stop delivering sandwiches.
Your brother said
no, it's not that I want to stop. It's that I realize, at some point, it's like, okay, I gotta do something else, right? Like, I've been doing it for 7 years, and it's easy. It doesn't feel like I work. It feels like it's just like I wake up, I'm like shuffling around. Next thing I know, I'm like listening to Kill Tony all day or some random podcast, And then next thing you know, the day's over. I'm like, oh, it's time to drink. It doesn't feel like I work.
Yeah.
Because it's an easy fucking brainless job.
So are you trying to figure out how to do that, but also have a kid at the same time?
Oh, when people ask me, I say I've given up. I've given up like a year ago on life, pretty much. But now, I try to roll with the punches. You guys like, let's do this. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
It's like I quit playing music. Why'd I bring a fucking guitar here? I'm not even gonna play it. It's like I don't even fucking.
What was your idea to end the podcast with
I
a
don't know.
song?
Well, the idea of like, oh, if we're gonna have a podcast, and I'm not a comedian. I'm not on fucking social media. I'm not trying to be anybody. I was like, the only thing that I have is like I like to play, music. I have songs, whatever. I should probably play a song, whatever. But,
Play a song.
Yeah, play a song.
I don't even know what I'd play. I mean, I could just. And here, I'd probably be probably playing something pretty aggressive.
Well, I'm interested to hear if you want to play.
I mean,
did you look at him for if it was okay? You kind of.
I don't care. I don't know how long we've been. How long have we been doing?
I don't care if he thinks it's okay.
38 minutes.
38.
Man,
play a song.
I mean,
if you want to,
we don't have to. I mean, I can.
If you feel like playing a song, feel free.
You brought it.
I mean, I brought it just because it felt cool to walk down 6th Street with a guitar on my back.
Dude, you were complaining the whole time. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm walking down fucking 6th Street with a fucking 12-pack of beers and a fucking guitar. Someone's gonna mug me for the 12-pack of beers and my guitar.
Oh, I had to pay off the homeless guy with the beer.
You didn't have
in the parking lot.
You didn't have to.
Well, he goes, when someone sees you park, you're always like, man, the homeless guy saw me park. He knows that I'm going. Then you're always like, what are these?
Very strategic.
You hope they don't break. So you're like, hey, as you're walking out, can I have a beer? Yeah. He's like, actually, give me 2. And
you're like, don't be fucking greedy, dude.
I gave him the 1 beer. I should have given him 2. I know.
Nice. I like that you stood your ground on that.
It was a bad ground to stand on.
Nah, it'll be fine. Your car will be all right. It's Tuesday. They're not going to get crazy on a Tuesday, right?
I mean, they live outside. I mean,
that is fair. Tuesday doesn't even exist to them.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
another
true. That's
fucking
absolutely
day.
Yep.
I mean,
Nah, your car's safe.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
but if you did have a kid, would you prefer a boy or a girl?
I
Doesn't
just
matter?
prefer them to be, not special needs. So.
I was hoping that's what you were getting at. You don't want to.
Don't we all?
Well, I thought he was gonna say that, and I was like, "There's no way he's gonna say that."
I mean,
Yeah, that'd be tough to take care of a special needs kid, huh?
yeah. I mean, what if you're a special needs person, like like
They exist.
Yeah.
I mean,
What about it?
I
Have
don't,
you thought about like what it would be like to raise a special needs kid?
yes.
Yeah. How all right, let's say you try to have a kid and it did come out special needs. What are you going to do?
Well, I would always be like, well, have fun raising your kid. No, I'm not that guy. No. I think no matter what, it just depends on if you're with your partner or not, doesn't it? If you're going to stay with a person, are you with the person, the mother?
Okay, yeah.
Is
So
she a piece of shit or is she, normal?
yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
it's a kind of a big deal of like how, who's going to be responsible here. I'll be as responsible as I need to be. Like,
I don't want it to be a job or nothing to raise a kid.
really, I used to say I just want to have a kid so I just want to be able to like, when you cook a dinner and it's like it'd be easier to cook just as easy to cook for 4 than 1. It's like that's
You
as
want a
far
kid
as,
so you can cook at dinner?
be like I just want to be like, yeah, I'd be like, I got this. I got the meals at least. I can handle the cooking and the cleaning. I don't know about
You want someone to appreciate your cooking? Is that all this is about?
It's more just like,
You don't have to have a kid for that.
All
He's
reason.
like, I'll buy the beers. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. When growing up, you always think of these alcoholic fathers, and you grow up, and like, man, that would have been me. If I had a kid, I'd be like drinking more than those guys in the bad movies of like, I just don't. I'm nonviolent. That's a different type.
Well, that's good.
It's a good thing to know.
But
Well, shit. Well, so you're not gonna have kids. You gave up.
Yeah, you're done with life?
No, I mean, it's
If you
just
met the right woman,
it's more
right?
of like like the right age, because I think it's weird the age difference. Like when I was younger, I thought it was weird to be with someone that's like 3 or 4 years older, and now I'm like meeting girls like 10 years plus younger than me. I'm like, this is interestingly different to think about like age differences.
Yeah.
Like like the whole, like I said, the people I meet naturally that might be more my age appropriate, as my cousin said, because I was like, hey, I'm like almost 40. What's age appropriate? She's like 32. That's about as low. You're supposed to take like what, half your age plus 7. That's 27 is technically the youngest I'm supposed to be able to be with someone.
Damn,
What do you think about? Do you agree with that or no?
I don't think anything's weird if like I just I'm not like, I think it's weird that when people are with different ages, but at the same time, like, I'm not looking for someone that's young or old. I'm just looking for someone that I fit with,
Yeah.
And, and a lot of times now as you get older, most of those women already have a kid and like, so I'm like, so most of the people that might be.
You'd be a cool stepdad. I could see you being a stepdad.
Yeah. You should get a kid and like lose custody of it or something, and just be like
I think
Can you just lose custody
I
of a
thi-
kid like that?
I want
I feel
a
like you'd
kid
do it
just
pretty
because
easily.
I want to.
You don't think that would just happen naturally?
No, I
want
think
that-
like CPS would have to come in, Child Protective Service. Like I don't think you just lose custody of
Well,
your
that's
kid.
what I mean.
Something
I don't mean like
drastic
yeah.
has
That's
to
what I mean.
happen.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it was like do some, just be you, and then eventually.
Well, do you
you'll
guys
be,
want kids?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No. See, I think I feel it's lazy and pathetic if I don't have a kid. I'm not saying you guys are lazy, and pathetic. But
Alright,
But why for you?
I will feel like less than complete in life if I don't have a kid.
Why is that?
It doesn't necessarily have to be like I want to raise it from birth. If I adopt a baby,
That's usually how kids.
I'm saying I would
He
be
wants to be there
more-
from day one.
I'm
dude,
saying I would
day
be
one.
just as satisfied if it was mine or adopted, as
Yeah.
long as I raise it from like
Would
being
you adopt
baby.
a kid? You think you would go to that? Like,
If
you're
I
like fuck a
couldn't- if I
partner, I'll
couldn't-
just do it
if
myself.
I couldn't have one. My brother had some slow swimmers and he had to get in vitro. I wasn't sure if I had slow swimmers, but she got pregnant, so I mean they were swimming fast enough one day at least.
Can I say something? You don't seem like a slow swimmer, so I don't think you have to worry about that. What you thinking?
I mean, I'm jealous of people that can just sit calmly and like relax, like
Why are you jealous of that?
because I can't do it.
That's why you just.
Well, because I always have like this constant sort of like.
Are you jealous of
twinge
astronauts?
in my neck. So you know, like when you wake up with a cranked neck.
Because they can.
You know what a cranked neck is? Cranked neck. I have a cranked neck permanently all day, every day for the last like 20 years, and it's so it like drives me insane. I just like, but I get over it. But it's like I feel like so I can never relax. Like I can't just pause and relax because there's always like this discomfort.
So the cranked neck increases brain activity. You think?
It just makes you like not be able to sit still and like be a little like on edge, and that's why I get drunk every night because because then by the time
That's why? It's because you have a crooked neck.
Midnight,
you have a kink in your neck for 20 years, so you got to drink every day.
By the time, midnight hits around and I've already had, probably 7 to 8 drinks, then I'm like, all right, now I feel fine. I finally can live my life now. It's midnight, and then that's it.
I can finally live my life. It's midnight?
Well,
and then what do you do? Continue to do the same thing that you've been doing all day?
I'm not a pill guy. I don't take pills. I wish I should try some pain pills, see if that makes me feel better.
You should try pills, maybe.
Pain pills.
Pain pills, yeah.
I think, they should just be able to get whatever we want. Like, hey, I'm in pain. I don't, just give me the stuff. Like,
yeah, because we might lie about it after a certain
I know, but it's all subjective anyways.
You'd be honest, though. You'd be like, I need these.
I'd be like, well, I don't like being unhappy from the feeling of pain. No one does, right?
Yeah.
And if you're only unhappy not because of any emotional stuff, it's all physiological pain. Like someone's like, if I say I'm depressed, it has nothing to do with like my standing life or anything else. I'm usually depressed because physiologically, like I'm in pain, and but it's like this minor sort of like I said, like a cranked neck, but it's like never goes away. And like, so if I'm having a good day, like last Friday.
You ever thought of a chiropractor?
I went like 10 years ago.
A better pillow, perhaps?
No, I've tried a lot of stuff. I've gone to like a neurologist. I've done a lot of stuff. This one guy's like, the neurologist was like, you should take Adderall. He's like, if you try to, he was like, I think you're just too wound up. I was like, sure, that's true also, but it's also a physiological thing going on. Like, I've had,
I love how you're telling doctors multiple.
No, the neurologist guy who had nothing to do with anything. He didn't believe me that my neck hurt. He's like,
He was just walking by and heard you speaking. He was like, dude, you got to take Adderall.
So
quickly.
the professional, this professional neurologist.
No,
was like,
which
I don't
has to
believe
do- it was
you.
for nerve damage. He was like, well, maybe if you take this is like 12 years ago when they were trying to give it to everyone, and it was like they still are trying to give it to everyone, but like.
There's actually a shortage of Adderall
I'll take Adderall. That is not going to take away my neck pain. It'll just make me, more calm about it, I guess.
Is that why you drink?
Yeah, I mean, I drink because alcohol is great, but I also drink because it helps. It's a painkiller, And I don't, what am I supposed to take, like Advil?
I mean, you could.
That's fair.
I guess some people do take that stuff for pain. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry about your neck, man.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's not, but
You're dealing with it in a very
it seems like you're doing all
responsible
right.
and healthy way.
Yeah.
no. Well, I've tried. It's like I used to do stretches and weird things. I don't like talking about it. It's like I don't want to talk about anything really. It's
My ex,
come
my
here.
neck.
I'm
I
like,
don't-
fucking. Why are we here? What are we doing here? Fuck. That's why I was like, well, shit. If I'm gonna waste my time with this podcast about nothing, I'll fucking play a nothing song.
Do you want
to
to play a song?
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
the
I'm saying.
second
I don't
time you've
even-
mentioned a song.
Well, because
now. I
I'm
think
like,
you-
well, to me, like selfishly, like I said, you guys are comedians. I'm like, well, I was trying to be a musician, I just never went for it. And I'm like, well, if you guys are like gonna have some eyes here, because I don't literally, like I said, I'm not on a single social thing. I'm not. I have less than one follower. That's called my mom.
Wait, you have less than
I-
one follower,
as
so
in-
you have -1 follower.
I have one follower. And she's my mom, and
that's actually really
that's all
sweet.
you need. That's all you need in life.
Aw.
Is your mom really active on social media?
Oh yeah, she is. She's like.
Will you send me her page? I kind of just want to see how she is as a person.
We
look her
She's
up?
like a popular happy. Yeah, she's got like 1,000
Would it be okay
friends.
if we looked her up?
Don't
She has
do
a
that.
thousand.
All right, never mind.
She has a thousand friends.
She uses it professionally too. So
okay.
I mean, she's retired, but she still works. Real estate. When you do real estate, you never really retire.
Sure.
There are some jobs you never retire from.
And real estate is one of them?
But you say that you're retired from them, but you never really retire, or
Well, if you're actively trying to get new clients and do things versus pass it on, to other people, like, oh, they'll help you instead of I'll help you. Like with anything, like, comedians, you assume you're.
So how's your mom
as a-
retired if she still works?
So your mom's kind of doing like the
She's-
Kiss farewell tour where they do one every year, but they're like
Okay,
retired.
it's like a lawyer that's retired. They, as long as they maintain their license, they can still practice a case even if they're retired. So like something like that, you maintain your real estate license, you can still sell a house even if you're not actively trying to, because you're 72 years old and you're done working.
Yeah, I see.
But you,
All right.
but a job where you literally get it. If your job is like, hey, let's go show this house, sign some contracts, and I'll get a couple $1,000, seems like a pretty good gig. So that's
You should do it.
I did 6 years. We talked. We went over that.
Oh, sorry.
Zero sales for me. No, I didn't try to get it. I was. Well, it's really like all my friends that would have, that I would have recruited to like be their agent. It's like, oh, your mom's like one of the star agents. Just use her. So everyone's like, no one's going to use me anyway. It's like, even if I was trying to do that, I just never tried to.
You're living in the shadow.
I was a
of
property
your
man.
mother.
I like to do the property management stuff. I was kind of more that division. I didn't really. I was pretty. I didn't really, do anything.
Yeah.
I did and stuff.
I mean, you're trying to summarize, years and years of time.
Well, I feel like if anybody could do that, it'd probably be you.
You're right.
You know
That's
what I
and
mean?
I did it. So.
What are some other jobs where like you retire but you keep working?
Like that's what I'm saying. Comedians, like you can be done and someone asks you to go do like a spot or a special or like a musician.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad at Ron White right now for that because my mom got me surprise tickets to go see him in Vegas last New Year's, and he was like, "This is my last show. I'm retiring after this," and then he just he announced his tour like the other day, and I was like, "Oh, you didn't fucking quit. You got me, bro."
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like there's a lot of these jobs where like some people just are ready to be done. Give me my pension, be done. And other jobs, I always wanted a job that I could do forever, and so I was like, oh, music, that's cool because you can do it at any age. And it's like you're not obsessed with money. I'm not obsessed with money. I was like, I've never been obsessed with money. Like even when I play poker, it's just because I like to win. Like. Once I made it about actually like money, like I was like, I'm done with this. Like I just like beating everyone and making everyone mad at me, It's fun.
Nice.
But like with like deliveries, at first there was like 10 of us, and every day I would do the best of everyone. It was like this, oh, I'm better than you guys, and just because I'm running around faster, making better decisions. So there was like this gaming element to like delivering with 10 other people. And always coming on top no matter what scenario happened because I was just faster and better and did the right things.
Freaky fast.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, and it's like pathetic, but like at the same time, I enjoy it. So it's like I'm not embarrassed. I am embarrassed, about my life's decisions.
Sounds very conflicting, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's a simultaneous feeling, It's just like, what is that whole like the, Like
No.
you can't observe an atom. You can't observe electronic. You can't the observer. You can't see it because it's both sides. What is the science stuff we're talking about? Like that.
I think you're talking more philosophy.
like
I don't
the-
think that's science. The
Well, like you
Schrodinger's
can't.
cat thing?
Yeah, like you can't observe.
Yeah.
The
I don't know
an
here
electron.
unless-
You can't observe a fucking electron or whatever. It's like, Anyway,
Can you not observe an electron?
I don't think so.
Can you look up if you can observe an
I
electron?
don't think you can.
If anyone was quick enough, it'd be you.
I actually
But,
do just kind of want to know this.
But like quantum matter, like the stuff that's in and out of like the stage. Yeah. See, you can't. Yeah, you don't actually observe.
Wait, one way to observe a tiny particle like electrons by detecting its presence via its electrical
But you
field.
didn't say observe in quotations like it says there, which means you're not actually observing it. So, anyway.
It wasn't a yes or no answer, so maybe, yeah, you might be right on this one.
Well, here's the sad thing. I'm usually right, but the way I
Yeah, all those
the
doctors
way
don't
I-
know what they're talking about.
the way I hold myself in life somehow just makes people hate me sometimes, and I just
Really?
maybe not hate, but it's like, man,
Just off-putting.
I can be. I'm just kind of. I can be little nails on chalkboard for people sometimes. I don't mean to be.
That's fair. At least you're aware of who you are.
Oh, I
know?
know. Like when someone's like, I don't take it. So even as an adult, being older than people in a room, and when people are like, hey, calm down. No offense. And
I've had my moments where I say that to you.
But I'm
You're
so
pretty good
I'm
about
so
it.
used to it where I'm always like, oh, no offense taken. I know I'll be quiet. Like whereas you don't normally have to
Unless
tell,
you're at a comedy show. and
you don't
someone's-
normally have to tell, hey, can you be quiet to like an adult? Most people know. Like I am like I don't take offense when someone's telling me to be quiet and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know, whereas like maybe someone else might take offense. So when someone that doesn't know me says it to me in a way of like, "Hey, no offense, but shut the fuck up," type of thing, you know, I'm like, "Oh, no offense. I should have already known to shut the fuck up, like,
Sure.
or be quieter, or like not talk."
Yeah.
You know, the volume, the tone. I have like a loud, like when I got home today, dude. Like I have like tinnitus or whatever, and it's like this super loud ringing.
fucking
Like
tinnitus.
I'm going to take a shit today, and I just noticed like, because normally I'm always listening to something or have something like, and it's dead silent, and it's just loud ringing, like screaming ringing in my ear. It's so loud, you know, and it's like, I mean, and I don't play loud music anymore with drum sets or anything like that. So it's been like 3 years since I've had like a drum set cymbal crash in my ear with, you know, I never wore ear protection, but lately it's getting so loud, like it's just like a screaming, ringing, like a tuning fork in my ear. So like when I'm talking to people, I'm like talking over the ringing in my ear, and people are like, "Shut up!" I'm just trying to talk over the noise in my head, man. Like some people have like voices in their head. I was like, I don't have that. I just have this like, it's just fucking. You just gotta like talk over it, and I talk so loud.
Does it work?
Does me talking over my?
Yeah.
I mean, like did you tell me I talk loud?
It works. We hear him very loudly and clearly.
Yeah, all right, well,
there's not a day that goes by someone's like doesn't say, "Hey,
yeah,
quiet it down." I mean, I can't go anywhere without it being like, "Hey."
But I will say, I did hang out with some of the people that he usually hangs out with, and they all yell just like him. So it just like when they're all together, it's just like a normal thing, and you're kind of like, "Why the fuck are you all yelling so goddamn loudly at each other?"
It's good you have like a community.
No, you're talking about
that night at Barfly.
Yeah, I know. That's people talking loud.
Oh,
at a
I heard
bar.
about this. I heard
Hey,
you
just shut up.
tricked
Stop,
Ross
stop.
tricked Rafa into going to a gay bar they didn't want to go to.
I don't know if it's a gay bar, but when we
don't just stop. Stop. Fuck. No.
Are you embarrassed that you said
No,
that?
I just I don't know who's gonna listen to this. Like,
bro, what you said wasn't
Nobody.
bad. It wasn't a bad thing.
I said I'm not gay, but but just
No. What he said was, before we go in here, I just want to let you know that I'm not gay. And I said, what are we about to see right now? It's like, what do you mean? Why are you telling me that? Why is there a warning? And he's like, I just want to let you know I'm not gay.
He just wanted to let you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
and it got a little gay in there.
It did get a little gay in there, dude.
But
He fucking abandoned me with some guy talking about getting the proper hairstylist for.
I did not want to say any of this on the podcast, but whatever.
Yeah, well.
Hopefully, no one ever watches this. They never will, because who am I, David? Unless you guys have
Yeah,
followers.
hopefully no one ever.
Do you guys have?
That's the
followers?
best case scenario, is that no one ever sees this or gives a shit
Because I'm not
about
even on anything. So, like, someone's like, how do I search this guy? I'd be like, I don't know. You probably see my fucking. The only way to find me is the mugshot from when I got arrested for calling the police because my girlfriend was hitting me and attacking me, and I called the police and I got arrested.
You got arrested?
Yeah, because
Why'd they arrest
I
you?
grabbed her. Because I called him. I grabbed her because she was breaking all my stuff and I needed my phone for work. So she had my phone. She was like, smash it. I was grabbing her arm, grabbed my phone out of her arm. She ran off crying. I called the police. I'm like, this girl's like, I'd already called the police probably 10 times the past 3 months. I was calling them all the time. She was always attacking me, hitting me, spitting, breaking things.
They didn't arrest you any other time?
They never arrested her any other time or me. But sometimes they'd be like, if you're not careful, you're going to get arrested. I'm like, why would I get arrested?
They warned you?
Yeah. And I was like, but how would I get arrested? I don't hit anybody. I'm nonviolent, Anyway, that day, I told her, like, what'd you do? I was like, I grabbed her arm to get my phone out of the hand. And then I called. And then anyway, they're like, oh, there was a nail mark on her arm. And then I got in cuffs, arrested. And then she was going to threaten to lie about more shit. And I had like recordings otherwise. And I was like, then I paid $5,000 to a lawyer, all because I didn't want my phone to get broken. I grabbed her arm, grabbed the phone. Meanwhile, there's these guys hitting their wives, getting away with it. I'm like, man, can I at least hit her now that I fucking got arrested for it?
I think you're.
Jesus.
Fuck.
That's a good point, though.
Wait,
That's
so
fair.
the I'm not gay thing you didn't want to say on the podcast, but that right there was like, I gotta make this known.
Well, because some people are still in my life, some people are out of my life. And I don't know if anyone that's in my life might listen to this.
That was just honest at the end.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they probably, I bet you the way they said too, like you probably didn't pick up on it, but they probably tried to help you so much that they had warned you before. They were like, did you hit her at all?
No, I said, I even told her, I was like, I grabbed her arm.
See, that's the problem. When you admit to like grabbing
But
and there's
I'm
a
the one
mark,
that
now they have to take you.
I know. Oh, well, they were like, oh, there was a nail mark on her arm. And dude, I just literally, when I did the fucking stand, I don't want to talk about it.
Don't overwhelm yourself. Breathe,
okay.
dude. Just breathe.
Real quick, the reason we're here is because you guys are like, hey, let's just fucking talk because you're fucking crazy. I'm like, all right. But
That it actually is pretty much the whole
right.
idea.
I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But
Not that you're crazy, but
but
you're
the
just
only
an
reason-
eccentric guy.
Not in a bad way.
But like, so when I did that minute or whatever, like some of the shit, you know, I kind of summarized it. Like I said on the minute, I go, I've been arrested 3 times. 2 of those times I called the police on myself. And that was true. And one of those was this time. Another one was on this like Thanksgiving party. Like we were at this hotel and like I was at a different room. And I came in this room. And the room I went that was going to next already had a bunch of noise complaints. I go in. All my friends I hadn't seen all night were there. Right when I show up, noise complaint people coming in to shut us down. And I just got in there and they're like, hey, who's making all this noise? All my friends go, Ross! And they all yell my name that I made the noise. I just got there. And they're like, okay, Ross, you got to go. I was like, is this a joke? Like, I just got here. The noise complaint, what do you mean? And then, like, I was so drunk because I ended up calling the police saying, hey, I paid to be in this hotel. Anyways, I got arrested that night, of course.
Yeah.
So I called it. I've been arrested 3 times.
Wait, so why did you go over there if you called the cops on them?
No, we were at this hotel party and there was different rooms, and I went to their room after the bar. Like we started off in the rooms, went to a bar, and got back to the rooms, and I
understand that, but why did you call the cops?
Because I'm retarded. That's the whole point. Is I'm a fucking.
You were just
idiot.
trying to do the right thing.
No, because they were telling me I got to leave the hotel, and I was like, I paid to be here, and I didn't do anything wrong. You know, like what did I do wrong? What do you mean? I did.
Well, like the way you talk is kind of a gift and a curse.
It's
like it's really
horrible.
entertaining, but when you have to get out of something,
I incriminate for no
Yeah,
reason.
yeah,
I'm just
After
the
they
worst.
arrested you, were you like, can I be loud now that you've arrested me?
One of my older brother's friends was outside the paddy wagon, and they heard me. They're like, and he said, "Dude, I heard the cops. I saw the cops arrest you that night, man." And I heard him over say, "What are we arresting him for?" They're like, I don't know. Let's just bring him in. You know, like, no reason. It's like this. You know, I just seem.
It was political.
You know, no.
Yeah.
I am. You know, I would be better off if I just never talked and only was like yes or no and like just kept it all inside. You know, just don't reveal who I am to anybody. Just be like, yeah, sounds good, guys.
yeah.
What
And
do
you just be standing like that all the time. Just,
just be like, hey, you know, just be quiet, confident. Calm.
Well, when that credit card
Collected.
stuff goes to court, let us know. We want to come and support you.
yeah,
I just want to pay it off. I mean, I just want to pay it off.
yeah.
I
Maybe
try-
we
Are you gonna play this song and close us out, or are you not gonna play a song?
I will. I
So I
don't
think
know.
we're right there,
Yeah.
right?
I'll play
Play
a
a song.
song. Do you want me to play something like
Dude, just play us out.
Whatever
Play
you
us out
want.
with whatever you want.
a sweet song or a yelling odd song? I'll play you the song I used to play on the open mic that's like a singer-songwriter
Okay.
gay shit.
Jesus. All right,
Am I
just
really
play the
gonna
song.
do- all right.
Yeah, just play the song.
Should I keep these headphones on?
Whatever is
Well,
more
don't-
comfortable for you.
Dude, I don't even know if I should do this.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Why not? You weren't planning on it, but you brought the fucking guitar.
Because I said that was the plan.
No, don't sit back down. Do it. yeah.
I stand up and play.
Yeah. Take the headphones off. You get the guitar. Put them back on.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm even going to play here, guys.
See, you were talking about it all day, and now you don't want to do it.
Well,
No, this was a good
I
idea.
just don't
Yeah.
play music anymore, but I'm trying to get back into it. So I was like, if I do the podcast, it'll force me to start.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This is
and we're
motivation.
forcing you.
Yeah.
We're
Alright.
forcing you right now.
Yeah,
Do
hell
it,
yeah.
bro.
Maybe I'm going to play not what I was going to play. I'm going to play something. Well, this song's pretty gay.
Okay. Yeah.
Should I put these headphones on?
If you want to hear yourself, maybe.
Probably helps, so I can know I'm not too loud.
Yeah, it's good.
Dude, this song. See, like, you know
All right.
when you have a joke you don't like anymore, like a song you don't like anymore? I don't like any of my songs anymore.
Yeah.
But this was a song I used to play at an open mic. All right, this is going to be so gay.
Ross Creeker, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't believe I'm playing a stupid song. All right, I'm going to play a song. Fuck this shit. All right. This cable's in my way. It's fine.
Ah, yes.
All right, fuck it. I'll just play it. Time, it heals all wounds, defeats all fools. In life, I can't can't believe I'm playing this shit. We write the rules. This song's so fucking gay right now. Let's write the rules. I would never play this right now. It's been a while now. Wait, yeah, this ain't in the words. Gonna make some changes, but I will be right by your side. I will sing you to bed at night. When you look into my eyes, I hope you find love. You'll find love. Yeah. Song's not over yet, guys. That was just like verse 1, guys.
Of course, this song would be like every conversation you've ever had.
And
He's so good.
I hope that you two do got a lot to prove. So do I. It's really just a love song. I hope that we do. I can't believe I'm playing this shit. You know what? It's been a while now. Yeah. So many things in the way. But I will be right by your side. I will sing you to bed at night. When I look into your eyes, I find love. Are we over time yet? Because it's not over. You'll find love.
It's an extra $50, Ross.
Yeah, Ross, it's getting very expensive now. Ross, seriously, it was funny at first, but now it's getting very expensive.
Well, it's almost over. Sometimes when you're walking away, all I want is for you to stay. It's so hard to see you go. All I want is for you to know that I don't play open mic songs like this anymore, but I'm playing it right now because, whoa. I will be right by your side. I will sing you to bed at night, girl. You look into my eyes. You know I should have taken Adderall when I was 14. But I never took it ever except to study a test once, and I did all right on that test. Yes, I did. Actually, never went to class all year and just took the test and still got a B+.
He plays music like he talks, like it just doesn't end at all.
Alright, that's the end of the song.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Thank you, Ross.
Yes, sir.
Well,
you,
yeah.
Ross.
This, I guess, this has been being friends with Ross.
Friends with Ross. Thanks, Ross.
Thanks.
Hell yeah, buddy.